Joining us now to talk more about that work is Joe Guild, Vice Chair of NCBA's Policy Division. Joe, first of all, tell folks just a little bit about your own personal background in the cattle industry.
You know, thanks for having me here, Kevin. It's a pleasure. I grew up in western Nevada, not on a ranch, but currently a partner and I manage a small cow-calf operation, which summers our cattle in a wilderness area, public lands operation, and then I'm part of the management team of a very large integrated cattle, sheep, and hay operation in eastern Nevada, which covers a vast amount of public land. So it's a typical Great Basin Intermountain Ranch operations, both of them. We have to deal with federal government agencies all the time, get permission to do different things that you wouldn't have to do on a private land ranch. And so that's why what I do on the ranch is very relevant to what's going on in Washington, D.C. in my mind. And I'm just proud to represent cattlemen across the country in this vice chairmanship position for the policy division.
You know, water is such an important issue for all of us in agriculture, and certainly those of us in the beef industry. And we've witnessed a land grab, so to speak, with waters of the United States this last year. Tell folks where we stand on that issue.
Well, first of all, let me tell you where I come from. We have 6 inches of rain in eastern Nevada. That's so I don't really know what you're talking about when you say water, but
it's a foreign concept.
But I have read about it.
Okay.
It is a land grab in my opinion. The old rule was that the Environmental Protection Agency could regulate water under the Clean Water Act if it was a navigable water. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, a river in Nevada might be as wide as this little table that our elbows are sitting on, but under the new rule, that water could be considered to be a jurisdictional water under the EPA's jurisdiction for the Clean Water Act. Mm-hmm. Similarly, a puddle of water on the side of a highway that you might get some cattle would be able to drink out of. That could be a water of the United States too. The status of it is there are several court cases pending right now. There's a stay of the order because of one of the rulings by a judge in a federal court, and there's an effort in Congress to overturn this rule. Mm-hmm. And one of the the policy division priorities for NCBA this year is going to be lobbying Congress to get Congress to overturn this rule and tell EPA to go back to the drawing board. Let's start over. You know, agriculture is not protected under this rule, and so we need to start over.
Let's talk about another critical issue. I know a lot of Colorado ranchers and folks all across the West are concerned about this Endangered Species Act. Can you tell us some of the reforms that NCBA would like to see to that?
Well, sure. You know, you could get a forever stamp, put it on an envelope, and write a 2-page petition to the Fish and Wildlife Service and ask for a species of a plant or animal to be put on the endangered species list. That's how easy it is to do. Wow. In Nevada and other parts of the West, we just had a decision from the Fish and Wildlife Service that decided not to list the greater sage grouse as an endangered species. The Endangered Species Act has not been reformed in 25 years. They haven't taken another look at it. And in all of those years, Kevin, we have not recovered one species. The Congress needs to take another look at this act and decide what really is important. And nobody wants to see anything go extinct. Sure. But in fact, in the history of the Earth, there have been more species that have gone extinct that now exist.
Wow, that's amazing.
So let's be realistic about it.
Joe, thank you so much for coming to the show today. We appreciate it.
Been great to see you. Thanks, Kevin.
Every day, the NCBA staff is working on policy issues that matter to cattle-producing families. Join in the fight for our industry's future by becoming an NCBA member today. Just call 1-866-USA-BEEF or go online to the website beefusa.org.